ESPN Bakersfield welcomes you to the Fantasy Breakdown, giving you the weekly edge and knowledge to dominate your league.
Let's turn this game around!
Providing the starters, sitters, sleepers, and creepers every Sunday, live from 8 to 9 a.m.
Here we go. The ball is loose. It's a foul.
Brought to you by Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge, Catherine Hall Agency, Farmers Insurance, Fusion Energy, Safari Carpet Cleaning, Law Offices of Kyle Jones, and Advanced Security.
Here we go.
Phone lines are open at 842-2000.
But guess what? That don't mean nothing, man. The only thing matters is a win. That's it. However, whatever it takes. Let's go, man. Let's win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win.
And now, let's get the show rolling with your hosts, Sparky and Earffman.
Let's get weird. Let's get weird.
Yes, good morning. Happy Sunday, Kern County.
What's up, Bakersfield?
Wake up. So there's football already going
woke up
on,
this
huh?
morning. There's already football going on. What is happening here?
I mean, if that's what they want to call it. Jaguars are just thumping the Ravens.
Trounce in Baltimore. Who would have thought? First off, number one defense in fantasy right now, Baltimore. And all of a sudden they're going to be down to Blake Bortles at halftime?
He's looking good.
23-0?
23-0. I think Mercedes Lewis had that first touchdown grab. His first touchdown since week 2 of the last season.
I thought you were going to say of like 2007 or something.
Hearns got a touchdown. And a quick injury report just from that game. Mr. Jeremy Maclin is out with concussion.
Yeah, that's rough. Dude, speaking of rough, Joe Flacco has 8 yards of passing
In the first
in
half.
the first half.
So-
He's 4 of 12 with a pick.
We'll keep you updated throughout the show. The game is at halftime, 23-0. So good Monday or good Sunday.
Sunday.
It's something.
Wake up over there, Sparky.
Yeah, this is Sparky and the Earffman. This is the Fantasy Breakdown. Let me start off with thanking a few of our sponsors. Of course, Safari Carpet Cleaning did an awesome job.
Oh yeah,
I'm a client.
Yeah, you had your couch cleaned. You had your
I didn't even know
your
they did
carpets
that.
done. Yeah, well, if you would listen to the commercial.
But, yeah, Safari Carpet Cleaning, do it. Give them a call, 330-8463. Plus, you get a 10% discount when you mention the Fantasy Breakdown.
Yeah.
Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge. We still need to meet up, start changing our meetings from here to Muerto's.
Yeah, we do. But then our show might get a little crazier than, I don't know, than it already is.
We'll look at our notes and be like, what the hell were we talking about?
What happened?
Oh, that was 3 beers in. I forgot. Fusion Energy, 877-389-4660, or check them out at fusionenergy.com. The good law offices of Kyle Jones. You can give them a call at 833-1090. Get a free consultation. Check his website out at kwjoneslaw.com. Advanced Security, give them a call, 589-9700. Tell Bill Holt that you heard about them on the Fantasy Breakdown. Trust me, don't be a statistic. Don't wait until your home gets broken into and they steal all your fantasy football money.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, just call.
I'm already stealing people's money.
And Farmers Insurance, where they give you the best home, life, and auto insurance. Give local agent Catherine Hall a call at 829-7904. So,
Speaking of Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge, don't forget, every Sunday, right here on the Fantasy Breakdown, we do football picks weekly. And
we're 1 for 1.
Yeah, we take 3 callers, and we do this at the bottom of the hour. So if you're listening right now, if you just woke up, you're like,
Put 842-2000 in your speed dial.
yeah, get some coffee, do some research, and give us a call here about the bottom of the hour. Like I said,
We lost last week for the first time.
Well, only one. You didn't. I lost. I did.
lost.
I did absolutely terrible.
It's a team effort.
I didn't do a good job defending my
There's
week
no
one
I in
championship.
Muertos.
That's true. There's no I in Muertos.
We lost.
So call us up at the bottom of the hour. Like I said. In the meantime, call in with your fantasy questions. If you've got lineup questions or you want anything like that, give us a call 842-2000.
You can call in with your fantasy lineup questions, or you can also hit us up on the Facebook Messenger under the Fantasy Breakdown. I've already got the first question of the day. Chris Thompson against Oakland tonight, or Lamar Miller against the Patriots?
Is Kelly? I believe Kelly's
out with
doubtful.
a rib injury. Jordan Reed's looking doubtful.
Jordan Reed's looking doubtful too. Man, that's a tough one because they're probably going to ride P. Ryan. It's I'm pretty sure that's how you say his last name. I have no idea, but anyway, pretty sure they're going to ride him as the main back.
Looking like Thompson's going to get those third down carries.
Yeah, and New England's defense has been atrocious,
especially the rush.
And Houston still, I would go with Lamar Miller. Still, I'm not saying that I guess I am kind of saying Chris Thompson's season so far has been fluky. It kind of has been big chunk plays.
In those PPR leagues, he's been
he's a little sleeper. He's a great flex for PPR, deeper flex depending on what you got. But I would roll Miller. Miller's still involved with the pass game. Watson still, he's not fundamentally sound yet, so he does do some checkdowns. I would go with Miller just for the workload.
So there you go, Randy. We say Lamar. So let's go through some quick injury reports that might affect your fantasy picks this week. Patriots, they lost Amendola in the season opener with a concussion. Gronk hurt his groin last week. Looks like both of them are going to play, but Burkhead is out. Green Bay Packers wide receiver Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb, both dealing with injuries. Coach McCarthy says Jordy is probable and is good to go, but looks like Cobb is out with that the doubtful designation. The sloppy Bengals will be without tight end Tyler Eifert this week and receiver John Ross. Did you hear anything about Andrew Luck?
Okay, so I'm getting kind of tired of this. It's just like I don't know, like a soap opera out there in Indy. You have no idea what's going on. As of Monday, this last Monday, they're saying that Luck is more than likely still going to miss 3 to 4 more weeks. So now we're looking at basically week 7, week 8, week 6, I guess, if you're a Luck owner, like if you're lucky. I'm starting to get to the point where I might drop him. Or I might try to trade him and see what I can get for him, see if I can't
I'm sure you can get a good kicker.
Pull the wool over somebody's eyes or something, But because by this point, I mean, we're in week 3 now, okay? So by the time he comes back, you're probably going to have – your lineup's going to be pretty set. Yeah. I'm not saying it can't be better with Luck. But, dude, this injury is clearly worse than people thought it was, and that kind of worries me. So if you're a Luck owner and you're out there and you're trying to figure out what to do with them, I say sell them. Okay, that's what I think I would do.
Yeah.
Or if you're just like I can't, like
it's Luck.
If you're stuck with somebody who's not as good at the quarterback position, just trying to think of somebody off the top of my head.
You might want to hold off a week or two. I just read Adam Schefter's tweet saying Luck might practice this week. Well, I don't know if that changes the damn
that's
thing.
That's a start. Yeah, I don't know if that means he. I don't know. Like I said that was Monday my thing. So if you just read that tweet right now from Schefter, that's better news.
Step forward.
That's better news than what I saw. So, and like I said, if you're somebody that's got a quarterback that's just kind of mediocre, I guess you could hold on to him for a week, see what he does, and then go ahead and decide what to do from there. But I think I would sell him. Speaking
of quarterbacks, Vikings Sam Bradford is out again this week, leaving Case Keenum to start this week against the Bucks. He did throw he's Case Keenum. I don't even think I need to run down his stats. He didn't have any touchdowns or picks. So, it was Case Keenum. Cam Newton is also listed as questionable, but team expects him to play. Tight end Jimmy Graham was questionable all week, but expects to suit up today. Titans starting running back, this just broke a couple hours ago. DeMarco Murray will play this week, even though he's dealing with a hamstring injury. I'd expect some more carries from Henry, but it's Murray's job. It's he's going to be the number one. Corey Davis is out this week for the Titans. Redskins running back Rob Kelly we talked about that a little bit. He's out with ribs. It's looking like he's doubtful, just like Jordan Reed dealing with some ribs issues. Both will be game time decisions, but it looks like they're both doubtful. Bears starting running back Jordan Howard has been cleared to play this week. Dolphins Jay Ajayi, Devontae Parker, and Jarvis Landry were all questionable this week, but
Jeez, your whole team
are suiting up. Chargers also listed Melvin Gordon as questionable. He's dealing with a knee injury from Kiko Alonso last week, but
he's going to play.
He's going to play. Cardinals John Brown isn't looking to be
no, he's
out there this week.
Yeah, he's out.
And
J.J. Nelson's questionable still.
Yeah, he's looking like he's going to play. He's going to be
something about his hamstring.
The main guy. Any news from DeMarco Murray?
I got nothing.
Or not DeMarco Murray.
Elliott?
Yeah, I keep thinking the Cowboys.
Dude, I'm getting so sick and tired of this Elliott saga. That's another one.
It's almost as bad as
it's turning into like General Hospital or like Days of Our Lives or
These are the days of our lives.
Freaking Dallas, man. Okay, so there's an actual date now, October 2nd. They're going to have this. There's a hearing date, and so the league. Basically this is their last shot. From everything I've read and seen, believe me, I'm sick of reading about the Cowboys. They're just saying this is like the last Hail Mary here. So let's hope that if you're a Zeke owner, you're hoping that Aaron Rodgers isn't throwing this because he's like the Hail Mary master. But they're seeking to nullify that injunction. If it works, Zeke will start to serve his suspension. As of right now, Zeke will play this week, and he will play next week for sure. And then October 2nd, which will be that Monday,
we'll hear something.
There'll be some sort of decision made. It may not be that on Monday, but that's when the hearing is. So whenever
if he plays like he did last week, it won't really matter.
Yeah, my God, that was horrible. And then he came out and said, "I guess I can't do that." Yeah, you can't do that. What are you talking about, man?
I know. I got a new fantasy lineup question from Mr. Michael. I believe this is the same Michael that took our Muertos last week. He wants Jacuzzi or C.J. Anderson this week.
I'm not helping him since he won.
I personally am probably going to lean towards C.J. Anderson. I know Jacuzzi has a good matchup, but personally I would roll with C.J. Anderson.
Actually, they're both up against tough defenses. The Hot Tub Time Machine's up against Minnesota, and C.J. Anderson is facing Buffalo. C.J. looks great. I think I would lean to the Time Machine. Honestly, I think I would go.
Really?
I think I would go with Hot Tub.
Is this his last week without Doug Martin, right?
I think Martin can't come back till week 5 because of the bye.
I thought it was 4. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they moved all that. So I don't. I have to double check, but I don't think he's eligible to return until that game. So he's still sitting on your bench.
Well, feel free to call anytime at 842-2000. We're streaming live on BakersfieldESPN.com. Check out our Facebook page for up-to-date NFL news. Just search the Fantasy Breakdown. Click that like button. When we come back, we'll go over some Thursday night football. A couple more fantasy lineup questions. I got a few more to answer in the next segment. We're right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m.
98.1 FM.
You're listening to the Fantasy Breakdown on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m., 98.1 FM. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Breakdown. I'm Sparky. That's the Earffman in there.
That's a waffle.
Yeah, it's a waffle in the morning.
You get one of those with your coffee.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. The Ravens have a first down.
No, dude, they just threw a pick.
And then they just threw a pick.
Flacco just threw his second pick. I don't know what his yardage is.
I have a little delay over here.
I apologize. I'm sorry. No, actually, no, I take that back. I see the future. Watch.
Pick.
Keep an eye on it. I see the future.
I think Jacksonville's going to take this one.
Hey, so I got, during the break, I got 2 questions. Got one from Heather in Bakersfield. She says, pick 2. T.Y. Hilton, Martavis Bryant, Danny Amendola.
I'm going with Amendola and Bryant.
You're going to sit T.Y.?
Yep.
God, we're split again. I'm going to say T.Y. and Martavis.
I just the Colts are garbage.
I know, but I just prefer T.Y. over Amendola.
It's the same guy that tells me to start A.J.
By the way,
Green.
touchdown Jaguars. Mercedes Lewis just caught a second.
Again.
It is 30-0. Well, 29, pending the extra point. Anyway, Heather, Earffman here would do T.Y. and Bryant. Sparky says Bryant and Amendola. So clearly, I mean, just start Bryant and sit the other two.
Yeah, pretty much. What else you got?
One more, Scott and Bako. Kind of
It better not be Scott Cox.
I'm not sure, just says Scott and Bako.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't read last names on the air, so. He's got Thielen. More than a Thielen. Okay.
Without
him,
Bradford.
J.J. Nelson on Monday night, who's questionable, last I saw, or James White for flex.
That's a tough one.
For me, I'm going to say Thielen or Nelson.
Yeah, I'd go with Nelson.
And I think I would do Nelson, but
if Bradford was playing, it'd be a no call.
The problem is come Monday, if he doesn't play, it's kind of you're stuck, and you got to go grab Jaron Brown off the waiver wire like with a quickness before your opponent does.
It's looking like he's going to play.
So, okay, so Thursday.
Yeah, we had a hell of a game this past Thursday. Really, I was thinking it was going to be a snore fest.
Nobody saw that coming
with the Niners and Rams, but what do you know? Neither of them have defenses, so
probably
41-39 LA.
In all honesty, probably the game of the year. Probably the game of the year. Come on.
For the Thursday games.
For all the games.
No.
Dude, okay. Fumbles, special teams, poor play, onside kicks, 675 points, all sorts of fantasy goodness. If you were a Watkins owner, Gurley owner, dude, if you happen to have giant elephant testicular fortitude and you played Brian Hoyer, that even paid off. He had like 350 yards and 2 touchdowns. I know he had a pick, but still. So
Stat-wise, I'm going to ask this before I get into the stats. Are the Rams real, or they just have a favorable beginning of the schedule?
I mean, so far, yeah, it's been a clear-cut, favorable part of the schedule. Their defense clearly is not real, as they've given up nearly 200, I think almost 200 yards on the ground per. I think it's per game. I have to double check. I know they've given up a lot of rushing yards, and same thing with the. I mean,
it's still hard to watch the Rams.
Brian Hoyer just threw for 350 on him.
Yeah, I'm seeing the Bills receivers in Rams uniforms, and I was flipping through the channels. I forgot about that damn game, and then I saw the color rush jerseys. I was like, oh my God, this bright yellow highlighter jersey. But no, Goff went off. He was 22 for 28, 292 with 3 touchdowns. Robert Woods and Sammy Watkins looking a little more comfortable in the offense. Both had 100-plus yard game. Woods had 108. Watkins had 106 with 2 touchdowns. That last touchdown was dope, though.
Oh, yeah. The stretch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Gurley had 113 yards on the ground with 2 rushing touchdowns, 36 yards receiving with a receiving touchdown. Gurley is looking like the Gurley, his rookie year.
That he should have been. And so at the beginning of the year, I was not a Gurley fan because L.A. did nothing to help Gurley's situation. I know I talked to a couple of my friends about this and stuff. They're like, what do you think about Todd Gurley? I was like, look, dude, nothing's going to change. L.A. has done nothing. And then all of a sudden, within like the last, I don't know what it was, like two weeks or something, I forget when that Watkins trade happened, that really helped Gurley, in my opinion. Goff's play's been better. Now, true,
he's looking comfortable.
He's playing, or he has played 2 porous defenses. Okay, but having Watkins, it keeps defenses honest. And the fact that at least Goff has hit Watkins deep once or twice, and they're taking deep shots, that helps Gurley immensely, and you saw that pay off. It's great to see Gurley involved in the pass game. And with the way the drafts went this year, you got Gurley at a great price, around 3rd round. And right now he's paying huge dividends right now. So, and I would imagine it's going to continue. He does have tough defenses to play against Arizona and Seattle, but he's a special talent. He's very
who looked good was
very quick, very elusive.
Pierre Garcon.
Yeah,
Garcon.
Old Pierre Garbage.
7 grabs, 142 yards receiving. I guarantee it, this week in the waivers, people will be picking up Woods and Watkins. I saw in a lot of leagues that they're both open and available. But if anyone in my league is watching, I'm dropping Cup, and I'm getting one of those number 1 or 2 with Watkins and Woods.
Yeah, Cup had a disappointing game, but I don't think I would give up on Cup yet. If you got him stashed or what have you, whatever you're doing. Watkins should run this team as long as he can stay healthy. I mean, he's the clear-cut talent. He's so fast, and I don't know. It's just I said I wouldn't get rid of Cup, not yet, because chances are there's probably nothing on the waiver wire that's better than his situation right now. So, hey, we got
I got 2 questions.
You got one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Andrea says Newton, who is questionable, will play, or should I start Dalton?
Oh, you gotta go with Cam right now. The way
until Dalton throws a touchdown, I'm not starting him.
Yeah, and Cam's playing New Orleans, and New Orleans has been horrible.
Poor defense.
Yeah, what's funny is a buddy of mine. He and I, we did a DFS thing, and the challenge is we both have to use New Orleans' defense. So we both made lineups with New Orleans' defense, and we'll just see who does better. So, but I would start Cam in this game.
And Jeff in Shafter just sent out Jason Witten at Arizona or Rudolph against the Bucks. Rudolph, the red zone reindeer.
You got to sing that. If you're going to say that, you got to sing that.
No, not this Sunday.
Dude, Witten's had, what is it, like 22 targets or something like that up to this point?
Oh, he's the comfortable guy to throw to.
I know, and see, it's the same way. It's the same thing for Rudolph.
But I'm staying away from Vikings receivers until Bradford comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess go Witten. It's just so hard for me to do that. I know Witten gets his work, but yeah, I would go with Witten.
Go with Witten?
Yeah, I'd go with Witten.
What you got?
Actually, I was just going to pull that off our Facebook page there. So, like I said, you can send in your fantasy question anytime. And by the way, Flacco just threw his third pick. Jesus. And they returned it down inside the 5.
See, one week the Jaguars' defense looks amazing, then they look like crap, and now they're back to looking awesome.
Yeah, this is unbelievable what's happening right now out there in London. So, but anyway, yeah, send us your questions on the Facebook page at the Fantasy Breakdown.
Give us a call at 842-2000. After this break, this is your time to call in, 842-2000. We're doing football picks for a Muertos gift card, and these picks are probably the toughest ones we've done so far.
I take that back. It wasn't a pick. I just saw the linebacker returning. It was a fumble. Not by Flacco, so.
Turnover is a turnover.
Yeah, it's all the same.
So when we come back, we'll do football picks. Give us a call, 842-2000. If you want some free food from Muertos Kitchen and Lounge, all you got to do is beat the 2 of us.
First 3 callers.
Right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m.
98.1 FM.
The Fantasy Breakdown is brought to you by Fusion Energy and the law offices of Kyle Jones, right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m., 98.1 FM.
Oh, it's time for some football picks right here on the Fantasy Breakdown with the Earffman.
Yeah, touchdown Jacksonville.
Lewis.
With his third
touchdown.
Yeah, if somebody DFS'd him, I'm pretty sure he cost you $1, and he is paying huge dividends.
Damn, this guy didn't have a touchdown since week 2 of last year. Now he has 3 in this Wembley game.
This is ridiculous. It's 37-0.
All right, with the football picks, I mean, I'm going to tell you guys right now, it's not going to be as easy as it was for Mikey last week. But we got...
It still wasn't easy.
We got Cashton, Janice, and Zach. Good morning.
Hello,
Good
people.
morning, guys.
All right,
Morning.
the first game, Giants at Philly. I'm going to go with Philly. Earffman.
I'm going to take the G-men.
You're going to take the Giants?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Giants. I think they got to come back here, man. It's time for redemption. Eli's stupid face is going to do something intelligent this week. I think it's just time.
What you got, Cashton?
Eagles.
And Janice.
Philly.
And Mr. Zach.
Got to go Philly here.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you got to?
Got it.
You got to. Because I
All
didn't.
right. The Browns at Colts. I'm going to go with Indy.
The Browns and the Colts.
That's a preview of the
This is
number 1 and 2 draft picks this next year.
who you got?
I got Indy.
You got Indy. I'm going to take Indy as well. Cashton?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Janice.
I'm going to go Browns.
Cleveland. Zach, who do you got to go with now?
Well, we're looking at the Super Bowl 51 preview here, so you got to go Cleveland. 2.5 on the road, you got to go Cleveland.
There you go.
Okay, are the three of you guys in the same room? Because so far you guys have done Philly, 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 Cleveland, Cleveland, Cleveland.
It's a dog pound in there. Saints at Panthers. I'm going to go with the Saints or the Aints.
All right. Cashton, who you got?
Carolina.
Jeff Janis of the Green Bay Packers. Who do you got?
Saints.
Zach, who do you got to go with now?
The Saints got the shine today. I'll go New Orleans.
Who you got, Earffman?
Jeez, I got New Orleans. So Cashton's the only loner here. I'm sorry, pal.
It's all good. It's all good. ATL at Detroit. This is the tough one I haven't picked yet.
Who do you got?
Who you got?
I got Atlanta.
Cashton.
ATL.
Janice.
Atlanta.
Zach.
I got to go Atlanta here.
Is this gonna be?
Did you say ATL?
Yeah, I think he said Atlanta.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
So
Switch it up.
All right. Chiefs at Chargers. Cashton.
Chief KC.
Janice.
Oh, let's go Chargers.
Can you sing the song for me?
I don't sing.
Janis Joplin doesn't sing.
We got Janis Joplin, and she's like, I don't do either.
I don't sing. Superchargers need a kicker.
Zacharias.
This is the double reverse lock of the week. Got to go Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going with Kansas City too. What you got, Earffman?
Man, I got Kansas City as well.
Seahawks at Titans. I'm going to go with Tennessee. Who you got, Earffman?
Tennessee.
Cashton.
Titans.
Janice.
No singing Janice.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Titans.
Zach.
Seahawks.
Oh, and the Sunday night game with the Oakland Raiders.
Raiders!
And the Foreskins.
And okay. All right.
I'm going to go with the Raiders, of course.
Okay.
This is the home of the Raiders right here.
Oakland. Let's switch it up here. Ladies first. Janice, who you got?
Oakland.
Cashton.
Oakland.
Zach.
This will win me the bet. You got to go Redskins.
Woo! And I took Oakland.
Did you?
I did.
You switched up.
I did. I was going to take Washington, and then Zach said it, and I just don't like this guy, so I'm taking Oakland.
Hey, come on, man!
I can't do this. I can't
be respectful to our listeners, man.
Not during this. This is a competition. I'm out for
the
blood.
hell? All right, in the last game, the Monday night game, Cowboys at the Cardinals. Who you got, Cashton?
Dallas.
Janice.
Cardinals.
Uh-oh.
Guy I don't like.
Zach.
Cardinals, and they're going to romp them.
They're gonna what?
They're going to romp. It's going to be a romp.
They're gonna romp them. I bet you wear a romper.
Oh, this is getting X-rated.
All right, who do you got? Who do you got, Sparky?
Oh, man. I'm going to go with Dallas.
Okay, I got Dallas as well. Zach, thanks for being a good sport.
Everybody, thank you for calling in. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, you guys.
So one more fantasy question before we take another break. Actually, I have two. This guy, he needs a flex player. Does he start Amendola, Aguilar, Chris Johnson, or Blunt?
Amendola. Okay, Blunt should be dropped. You can go ahead and just drop Blunt. You can go ahead and just take him and remove him off of your lineup and put him back in the player pool.
You're going with Amendola?
Who's the other one?
Aguilar from Philly.
Yeah.
Or Chris Johnson, which is supposed to be the featured back this week.
Chris Johnson's interesting. I think I got to see one more week out of Arizona's backfield before I commit to somebody. In this situation, if it's PPR, I would go with Amendola. New York has decent cornerbacks, and I like Amendola's chance for usage here.
Well, I got another question from Scott using Chris Johnson. On Monday night for a flex, Chris Johnson or J.J. Nelson? Which is questionable, but he's going to play.
Well, you got a good situation there. I would do J.J. Nelson.
And if he doesn't play?
And if he doesn't play, then just go ahead and plug Chris Johnson. But I think J.J. Nelson's on that. And J.J. Nelson, I think, is clearly a wide receiver 2 at this point. And if he keeps this kind of usage up, he could come into low-end wide receiver 1 type, must-start area. So I got one here from Jacob.
All right.
He's like, for my flex. All right, so this is for you. He's got Geronimo Allison. That's the Packer fill-in for Cobb.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Larry Fitz against Dallas. And he says win, lose, or tie. He's a Packer for life. That's not what he said. He said he's 49er faithful. So
PPR league?
He didn't specify. I think this is pretty easy here. I think you go with Fitz.
Yeah.
Fitz is the wide receiver 1. Week 1, he had 13 targets.
Well, PPR, he gets his targets.
13 targets in week 1. Week something like that. Pretty sure it was 13. Week 2, he had like 6 or 7. I know he was behind J.J. Nelson, but dude, roll with Fitz. Roll with Fitz.
Lefty says, which 2 running backs this week? Cook versus Tampa Bay, Henry versus Seattle, Lamar Miller at New England, AP at Carolina, or Chris Thompson at Oakland?
Cook. Just one? Or
There's
was it
2.
I would say Cook, and then I forget everything in between there.
Henry, Lamar Miller, AP, and Chris Thompson.
Henry, no, since Murray's playing, you don't know how that's going to go. Plus, it's a tough Seattle defense, even though Hyde gashed him, but Hyde's like the first one to do that in a while. AP, no. Who's the other one?
Chris Thompson or Lamar Miller?
I would say Miller, but I think you'd be fine starting Thompson if you felt cute.
Yeah.
If you felt like getting cute and wanted to show some fantasy, like look at me, I'm fantasy smart. You could try Thompson, and if it doesn't work out, then that's your bad.
Well, when we come back from this break, we'll go over some more lineup questions. We've got 3 or 4 left in our messenger. You still have time. Hit us up, 842-2000, if you want to ask us on the air, or you can send those lineup questions over to the Fantasy Breakdown on Facebook. ESPN Bakersfield is not only your home for the Raiders, but the home of the NFL. Tune in to ESPN Bakersfield all day. If you're stuck at work, following our show this morning, we'll have the Falcons-Lions start at 9:30 with the pregame, followed up by an AFC West battle with the Chiefs and the Chargers. And after that, this is the home of the Raiders. So Sunday night showdown with the Raiders and Redskins. Pregame starting at 5 p.m. And tomorrow night, we will have Monday Night Football with the Cowboys and the Cardinals beginning at 5 p.m. right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m.
98.1 FM.
The Fantasy Breakdown is live every Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. and is brought to you by Safari Carpet Cleaning and Muerto's Kitchen and Lounge right here on ESPN Bakersfield, 1230 a.m., 98.1 FM.
So the Jaguars are just being jerks.
Dude, did they just do that? They're up 40 to what is it?
37-0, and they do a fake punt in the third quarter.
This is what they needed to do to Tennessee because Tennessee rubbed it in on them last week.
Harbaugh's like, "What the hell, man?
Why are you doing this to me, man? It was a long flight. We weren't ready for this game, and you're gonna fake punt. And you're up by 40."
That's just screwed up. Nancy has 2 questions. Tariq Cohen versus Pittsburgh or Christian McCaffrey against New Orleans?
Both good situations. I would roll with McCaffrey, though, against New Orleans. New Orleans' defense is just historically bad.
And the second one she had was tight end Jesse James at Chicago or Jimmy Graham at Tennessee.
I hate tight end questions.
I hate Jimmy Graham right now. I have him right on my bench.
So you're leaning towards Jesse?
Yeah, personally, but that's...
I'm putting this on you then. It's all on Sparky.
I'll take the tight end Jesse James for 100.
Okay. I got one from Sean and Bako. He's got Jordan Howard or Joe Mixon.
Howard.
Yeah, I think I know Howard's going through that AC joint thing with his arm right now. By the way, real quick, it's 1st and goal for Jacksonville here at the start of the 4th quarter.
After the fake punt.
After the fake punt.
If they throw it to Mercedes Lewis, I'm leaving.
Touchdown Fournette. Just ran it in from about, I think it was 4 or 5
Fournette.
yards out. Yeah.
Damn it.
So, anyway, back to Sean's question. I know the Bengals came out and said that I know they got the new OC over there, the offensive coordinator, and
Lacer?
yeah, and I would imagine they're going to move to Mixon soon. I would wait on this and not do it just yet. I would wait and see what the usage looks like this week, and I would still roll Howard. God, I know it's probably bad advice. It's probably going to bite me in the you-know-what. But honestly, I would roll Howard. I am rolling Howard in one league, even though I don't like it. I feel just like you, Sean, but I would do it for one more week. It's only week 3. I still think it's too early to completely give up on some of these guys.
Unless it's AP.
Because, I mean, Tariq is, unless it's a situation like that. Tariq is 5'6". Not saying that means he can't play in the NFL, but he can't be a workhorse running back. Chicago has more problems than just this scenario right here. Howard is still going to carry the football. You just got to do the old, cross across the chest there and pray to the Lord and Savior there that the fantasy gods grant your wish and have Howard pull through.
44-0.
So, 44-0 Jacksonville. And I just got one from Paul in Tehachapi. He says Sparky picked – well, he didn't say Sparky. I said that. Pick 2. Okay. DeAndre Hopkins, against New England. Terrell Pryor against the Raiders. I think you have to say it that way. And then or Kelvin Benjamin against New Orleans.
I'm going.
He said pick two.
Hopkins and Benjamin.
Hopkins and Benjamin.
Yep.
I like Pryor.
I like him, but he's been riding my bench too. He hasn't
Honestly,
done much, and I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Honestly, Paul, I think you're in a good situation with all 3 of these guys. Hopkins, his comes in just sheer volume, and
Lynch will be eating Skittles by the middle of the 3rd quarter.
You think so?
Yeah, with his cleats up. And
well, what'd you think about his dance last week?
Hey, better than I could do.
Out there having better than you could do. He's out there having a good time. That's all,
that's what fans want to see. I mean, I don't give a damn if he sits during the all the open ceremonies and all this crap. But the guy looks good. He looks healthy. He looks comfortable. He looks happy to be playing with the Raiders and Del Rio. So I got a couple from my older brother, Mr. Kirk.
Jeez, I got 3 more right now. Go ahead. Let's try to get through these before we're out of here.
All right, Carolina's defense or Arizona?
A defense question?
Yep, Carolina's D against the Saints or Arizona against Dallas?
Arizona.
And Drew Brees at Carolina or Eli at Philly?
Drew Brees. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. What you got?
Did he just consider the stupidest face in football?
Well, you just were mentioning stupid face is going to have a better game
than Drew Brees. No. I was just saying against Philly. Okay, I was picking stupid face to have a good game against Philly. I wasn't saying to pick stupid face
over Brees.
Okay.
I don't know. Brees doesn't look very good this year either.
So I got another question from Jacob: Jarvis Landry or Amendola? This is for you.
Landry. I would go with Landry after last week's
Landry
game.
had 37 catches last week,
and he's going to lead the league in catches as long as our offensive line looks like they did.
Yeah, I say Jarvis Landry as well. Sarah.
But that's good. That's good pick. I mean, both of them are great PPR receivers.
Yeah, I think this goes to Jarvis though. Sarah in Baco says, "I love the show." I'm pretty sure that's where she's at.
I hope she sounds better than that.
She said, "You don't like my falsetto?"
No.
Jeez. She says, "Golden Tate or Michael Thomas." And she says, "Go Detroit." So she's a Detroit
Tate.
fan.
Go with Tate.
Since you're a Detroit fan, go with Tate against Atlanta.
Yep.
At home. Yeah, I think it's a good spot. Thomas has a tougher matchup. Now this is getting crazy hypothetical fantasy stuff. Drew Brees does not play as well outdoors. That still doesn't mean start stupid face over Drew Brees. All right. Thomas will have a tougher matchup. So I think if you wanted to roll with Tate and go with your boy from Detroit there, I think that's a safe pick.
This should be an easy one. I already answered him for him, but G Money wants Lynch at Washington, Cohen against Pittsburgh, and Chris Thompson against the Raiders. There's a Chris Thompson popping up everywhere.
Yeah, everyone's all over this guy.
I'm going to go with Lynch, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lynch too. So, and then Aaron's got a. If this is a legit scenario, man, I feel bad for you. What's the the Jay-Z song? I got 99 problems, but a
snitching or a
yeah, there you go.
one?
Okay, well, he clearly doesn't have a quarterback, so he's got Tyrod Taylor or Jacoby Brissett. Tyrod's against. I just drew a blank on who they're playing.
Who cares?
Why am I doing that?
It's Tyrod Taylor.
It's Denver. Tyrod's playing Denver.
Go with Brissett, of course.
And Brissett's playing Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I just threw up in my mouth for you. I'm sorry. All right. It was just...
Marky Mark with the question, and I'm sorry, Mark. I had to do that. Which two receivers? Beckham at Philly, Amendola against Houston, AJ Green at Green Bay, Parker at New York Jets, and Golden Tate. Pick two.
God, that was a lot.
Beckham
and Green.
Beckham and Green,
especially with Eifert out.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Beckham and Parker.
Oh.
Cutler loves that guy, and he's gonna get a couple deep connections this week, I believe, against that horrible secondary in New York.
Mm.
And I have one more. I don't know about you, but I have one more. J.J. Nelson, Deshaun Jackson, or Pryor.
Just one?
Yep. JJ.
Look, I really
Deshaun,
like JJ Nelson. Okay, I wish I knew more about his hamstring. We're getting a lot of questions about him, so I'm going to look really fast.
Last I heard, he was playing, but he's going to need a big game like he did last week.
He doesn't need a big game. He just needs some usage.
The Cardinals need a big game.
So as of yesterday, it just says he's still questionable. Nothing there. Look, I like Nelson. I also like Pryor this week. Kirk's going to have to throw a lot, and hopefully it translates into usage for Pryor over there. It depends on if you want to deal with the headache with J.J. Nelson. I think he's going to play, and I like Nelson because John Brown's out. And, of course, with DJ out, I like I said last week, Arizona, I think, is going to start passing a lot more.
Well, thanks for all the participation. Follow us on Facebook, The Fantasy Breakdown. We keep you updated all week. Good luck to Cashton, Janice, and Zach.
No, I'm not. Nope.
Fire up them grills. Go hit Wooddale's Market. Get some meat.
Go get some tacos down there. Muertos.
And we'll see you next week. We got big news coming next week. Tune into the Scott Cox Show on Kern Radio on Thursday. You catch us at 9:30, and we might break some news for you.
We just might. ESPN
Bakersfield, 12:30 a.m.
98.1 FM.